This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 11 in the GNT. It says, everyone who lives ought to be wise. It is as good as receiving an inheritance and will give you as much security as money can. Wisdom keeps you safe. This is the advantage of knowledge. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. And as always, peace and salutations to the elect. All right, it's Brother Benaiah from the Great Millstone Dallas branch. Okay, and I'm going to title this lesson, The Advantage of Knowledge, all right, equals salvation. You see, because we've been given something that that no amount of money, no amount of resources on this earth cornerly can be compared to. All right, we've been given something straight from the throne of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, and our people, starting with our family, all right, to these niggas that walk by brothers every time, we go out on the highways and byways. All right. They don't truly see the value of what we have, man, and how the Lord ultimately put us in an advantage over these people, man. So let's get this word advantage. All right. Real quick. I want to go to this Google definition. It says a condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position. You see, it says an upper hand. All right. The edge. All right. And that's what we've been given the upper hand in these times. We've been given the edge. All right. Like it says, the trump card. We've been given a trump card in these times, man. You see, which is his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, and you got a lot of Hebrew Israelites out there, Jakes, that know that they're Hebrew Israelites. All right, they may even be calling upon the name, but at the end of the day, if their doctrine is not right, you see, if they're not preaching the true doctrine, which the true doctrine, 100% truth is on the earth, whether you niggas believe it or not, man. All right, thus saith the scriptures. It tells you that in the book of Revelations, man. You see that in their mouth there were found no guile, meaning there's no lies in their mouth, meaning the 100% truth, all right, or all the knowledge that we need to know in order to obtain salvation is here on the planet Earth right now as I speak. You see, just as our forefather Noah, you know what I'm saying, and that's an advantage of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple advantages to wisdom, man. All right, knowing how to make sound judgments, knowing the Most High, because that's the only way you're gonna know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai if you dwell with wisdom. You see, he has to open your mind unto understanding these scriptures, and therefore, through understanding the scriptures, you understand the Most High. You see, you understand his character, his reputation. You see, and ultimately, it forewarns you of evil and destruction that comes, man. All right, that way, and gives you a chance that you can avoid it. Just like I said, just like Noah, for an example, man. Noah was Noah received a message, man. He heard a message. All right, Salaki. All right, Noah was given a message. A message was given to Noah. All right, and he believed it, just like us in these times, man. We heard that message. All right, whether you heard the apostles, all right, whether you heard the brothers at camp, because some of us, we didn't start off when we ran across the GMS. We didn't start off we didn't run across the apostles first. We may ran across another camp, a different camp, man, like the LA camp or the Houston camp. Those are some of the camps that I ran across before I actually, what I'm saying, found out about the apostles, man. You see, and once I heard that it was a route, man, I believed in that message just as Noah believed in that message, man. You see, just as Noah believed that like the Lord told Noah, hey, I'm gonna destroy this place, man. You see, so these are advantages, that comes with this knowledge, man. You see, let's get this in the book of Romans, chapter, all right, 11 and verse 7, and keep that in mind. How it said, I'm gonna read it one more time. The Google definition: a condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position. All right, this is Romans chapter 11 and verse 7 in the NLT. It says, so this is the situation. Most of the people of Israel have not found favor of the Most High that they are looking for so earnestly. You see, it says, a few have, the ones the Most High has chosen, but the hearts of the rest were hardened. As the scripture says, the Most High has put them into a deep sleep. To this day he has shut their eyes so they do not see, and closed their ears so they do not hear. It says, likewise, David said, let their bountiful tables become a snare, a trap that makes them think all is well. And that's something that these people think, man. The Lord got these people blinded to where they really think that everything is okay. Even though when you look out in the earth, all hell is breaking loose. War, you see, all the goddamn foods are being recalled. All of it's nothing but chemicals in the food. People are dying. You know what I'm saying? Animals are dying. Death is at an all time high in the world, but niggas still think that everything is okay. You know, and that's why every day we wake up, man, we should thank Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, all right, for blessing us to even understand, all right, or even know him, man. You see, thanking the Lord for his wisdom, man, that he opened our eyes to see these things, man. You see? So let's go to the book of let's go to Wisdom of Solomon to back my point up about that the advantage of wisdom, man, all right, is ultimately to be forewarned of danger. You see? So let's get this in the book of let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 8. Let's see. And I'm gonna start at verse 8. And I'm gonna read it in the GNT. It says, do you want to have wide experience? Wisdom knows the lessons of history and can anticipate the future. She knows how to interpret what people say and how to solve problems. She knows the miracles that the Most High will perform and how the movements of history will develop. You see, so you can tell the future, man. You see, as it says, wisdom knows the lessons of history and can anticipate the future. So let's get that word anticipate. All right. It's the Google definition. It says regarded as probable, it's to expect or predict. You see, so this wisdom can predict the future, man. You see, and this wisdom did predict the future, man. You see, because those prophets, John the Revelator, Daniel, all the prophets of old prophesied about things that will be taking place in these end times, and we're seeing it happening right before our eyes, man. You see, that therefore we know it's true. You know, we know that the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah are true, man. It says to foresee, to predict, to forecast, to foretell, and it says prophecy. You see, prophecy, man. So this wisdom, hey man, this wisdom is prophecy. At the end of the day, that's a Revelation. What is that? 19. Okay, the spirit of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy. You see, so we've been blessed, and this is what wisdom, all right, can do. Let's grab another one, man, just to back that point up, man. Because like I said, Noah was forewarned, all right, and even before Noah, you know, Adam knew about it. You see, Adam knew about the destruction of how the world would be flooded and end the world, and how the second death would be with fire, man. Let's prove that real quick. Let's go to the book of let's go to the Josephus. All right, I got it pulled up, and this is the first book. All right, chapter 2, and I'm gonna start. All right here at 11, as you can see on the screen. It says, but Seth in particular. It says, as for the rest, it would be tedious to name them. I will therefore only endeavor to give an account on those that proceeded from Seth. All right, going into the lineage of Adam. All right, showing you that Adam had more children after Seth. All right, he had you think that was the last? Christians really think that was the last of Adam's children. No, Adam had hundreds of, who knows, even probably thousands of children. You know, but continuing on, it says, now this Seth, when he was brought up and came to those years in which he could discern what was good, became a virtuous man. And as he was himself of excellent character, so did he leave children behind him who imitated his virtues. Yeah, you see, he passed on that way. Okay, and that's why it only mentions Seth. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lineage, there was the line, all right, or the child that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will continue to pass down his wisdom. Okay, so let's keep going. It says, when I stop it, all right, number. It says all these proved to be of a good disposition. It says they also inhabited the same country without dissensions and in a happy condition, without any misfortunes falling upon them till they died. Going about they lived in the same land as the lineage of Cain. Okay, it says they also were the inventors of that peculiar sort of wisdom. You see, it says which is concerned with the heavenly bodies in their order, and that their inventions might not be lost before they were sufficiently known. I think I'm saying that right. Sufficiently known Upon, that's the point, upon Adam's predictions that the world was to be destroyed at one time by the force of fire, and another time by the violence and quantity of water. You see, so Adam, you see, was given your, you know, that's why when you read in the book of Jude, it said that Enoch prophesied about the day of the Lord, Yahweh return, man. You see, showing that this knowledge has been, all this, this doctrine have been on the earth, man. You see, from the beginning, going all the way back into Adam, and Adam passed it down to Seth, and Seth passed it down to his son Enos, and so on and so forth. When you read in the book of what is that, Genesis chapter 5, going into the lineage of Adam, man, the sons of God. You see, so it's going on and telling you, even unto Abraham. Abraham, you see, was told about the end. You see, and the Lord always brought the witness. And niggas think that the Lord, they niggas try to put the Yahweh Shem Shah in a box, man. They don't think that the truth can be in here, the 100% truth. All right, this doctrine that was before of old times, you see, can be here in these times right now, man. That show that these niggas don't believe that Yahweh Shem Shah, that he is, man. You see? Because like I said, man, the Lord always passed his wisdom down unto this line, man. All right. Let's go there to prove that point too, man. Let's go to where is it? Real quick, and I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna go back into this wisdom of Solomon. This is Second Ezra chapter 3. All right, and I'm gonna start at verse 13. It's gonna be the GNT as well. It says, well, I'll start up a little bit. I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, the number of people living on the earth began to increase, and the number of their families, tribes, and nations grew. They too fell into sin and were worse than the generations before them. Yeah, going into, you know, how after the flood, you know, it says but this is the point. But then you chose Abraham, you loved him, and to him alone in the dead of night you secretly disclosed how the world would end. You see, so this doctrine, man, that we preaching in these times, all right, always ran back through our lineage, man, through our line, man. You see. And it's right here, that same doctrine that Adam preached, that Adam taught, you know, his son, Seth, that Seth taught his son, you see, that Enoch prophesied about, all right, that it speaks about in Jude chapter, Jude, about he prophesied about the Lord's return. This same doctrine, all right, is back on the earth, and we're preaching that same doctrine, man, that our forefathers were preaching, and that's heavy, bro. When you think about it, that is fucking heavy. That's power, bro, you know? But going back into the point, like I said, our forefather was always forewarned, man. You see, like we just read in Wisdom of Solomon, okay? I would say basically wisdom can predict the future. She knows the course of history. Okay, let's get another one. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 18. Let's read in verse. I'm gonna start up at verse 5, and as you can see from the title, it says the death of the Egyptians firstborn. It says, when your enemies were carrying out their resolve to kill the babies of your holy people, there was one child who was abandoned but later rescued. All right, and we know that to be Moses. It says, then you punished your enemies by killing a great number of their own children. You drowned their whole armies at one time in the rushing waters. But this is the point. But our ancestors had been told in advance of what would happen that night, so that they would be cheered and encouraged by confident trust in your promises to them. You see, so you see how wisdom forewarned our forefathers about what would take place. All right, and gave them the instruction to follow in order to be exempt from that judgment. You see how Moses told the children of Israel, all right, to put the blood of the lamb on the doorpost. All right, that way the death angel, which was Yahweh Shah, can pass through. All right, and he won't come into thy dwelling, man. You see, so our people are hey, this is the advantage of wisdom. All right. When you read in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10, man, and there's multiple chapters, all right, going into how wisdom, you know what I'm saying, how important wisdom is, how valuable it is. But chapter 10 goes into how wisdom basically saved our forefathers. And it started from Noah, and it started going down unto our forefathers, Joseph, Enoch, you see. That's why the scriptures say in Isaiah 33:6 that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. You see? Because like I said, man, these people, they truly don't understand, all right? They truly don't understand what the what we preaching, that the salvation, because we openly proclaiming this. That's what's so cold about it. We openly proclaim it and they just passing by like it ain't shit. But when this society collapses, man, and all their hopes fall with this place, and they see the man of the Lord and all you brothers and sisters out there who believe and who done gave up your life for the ministry, you see, who done turned back unto the Lord to the best of your ability, all right, and sincerity and truth, and you doing what you can through the Spirit, man. You see, when they see you protected in these times while everybody else is catching hell, then they're gonna then that wisdom of Solomon. You see, wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 goes into that, man. All right. We fools accounted there, you know, like I said, man, they then shall they see the strangeness of our salvation. You see? Then it goes into the thoughts of those people who seen the elect being beamed up and saved, all right, ultimately from that second death. And what did they say? We fool accounted their life as madness, because this is what these people think. All right. They think that we're wasting our lives, man. All right. But they're gonna truly see the value of what we've been doing, all right, when this society collapses, man. You see, and that's why we should be so thankful to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai every day, man, that we got a chance that he gave us a chance, man. You see? And you should take this serious, man. It's not a fad. You ain't just sit here just to have friends. No. You should come into the ministry, all right. You should come into the truth with the mindset of, hey, I'm in this because I want to be saved, man. Not to be cool with some dudes, man. Which is which that comes with with being a part of the body, but at the end of the day, man, I'm no brothers that attest to you say, hey, at the end of the day, bro, I believe in this truth and I'm trying to be saved, man, because we know that we can't save each other, man. you know so that's gonna, hey, this is the advantage of wisdom being foretold about, all right, the impending dangers that the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is about to send on the planet earth, all right, and ultimately following his instruction to be saved from it, you see. But like I said, I didn't want to make this too long. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. And as always, peace and salutations unto the elect. Hey, one more thing, like it says in the book of Ecclesiastes 9, wisdom is better than, it's better than strength, it's better than weapons of war, man. All right. So call all Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai for this wisdom and knowledge, man. Shalom.